Hi, this is Paul, and I'm obviously not sitting in the chair I usually am sitting in, but I've been watching the conversation going on around my Sam Harris mentions and videos, and I'm just fascinated by the dynamic. I'm fascinated by it in terms of the levels of participation and levels of interest. The fact that someone like Sam Harris or Jordan Peterson or Bill Maher or Scott Adams can have the societal impact, or Joe Rogan, it's just a strange thing to see. Now, now, I was thinking about this with respect to the video I made with Guy Landau about pro wrestling and how you have the heel that everybody loves to hate, and you go to the arena and you cheer for the face, and you curse the heel, and you want to see them bested in the ring, and the whole crowd gets into it, and there's this huge swell and this huge participation. And it's, as we talked about with Guy Landau, it's this entire drama that plays out. And so I was thinking about that with respect to, either the Sam Harris defending, or the Sam Harris hating, or the Sam Harris loving, or the Jordan Peterson loving, or the Mooks and Knights dynamic that goes on. It's just a fascinating thing. And I think it's very true that many of you, I knew Jacob would weigh in. Am I too hard on Sam Harris? No, you should be way harder on Sam Harris. And Jacob might say, no, this isn't true, but if, let's say that Sam Harris did an event somewhere in LA, and, maybe another Sam Harris, Jordan Peterson conversation, and, team Sam Harris shows up and team Jordan Peterson shows up. Again, it's so much like a sports event. It's so much like the only professional football game I've ever seen in person was in the Oakland Coliseum back when the Raiders were in Oakland. And, just like the Barbie movie or Rocky Horror Picture Show or a Star Wars premiere, people dress up in their regalia and they show up at the stadium and they cheer. But then again, if, say, the star of the other team would walk out, someone who probably booed them would sign up for an autograph. And so that just, I saw in the Guy Landau video about wrestling and narrative and characters that this is sort of a sport. And when I look at YouTube, and when I look at hating on Sam Harris, or loving on Sam Harris, or hating on Jordan Peterson, or loving on Jordan Peterson, it seems to be the dynamics are very, very similar. I won't say they're exactly the same, but they are quite similar. And it's just a really interesting dynamic to note. And I think we very much see the same things in politics. And I think, with Donald Trump's entry into the 2016 election, he knew how to do this better than just about everyone else. I remember early on in that election, people were like, he should do town hall meetings, he should do question and answers, he should do press conferences. And Donald Trump was like, no, I'm not going to do any of those. I'm going to hold these massive rallies that are something more like sports events or wrestling events, because of course he was active in the wrestling scene earlier on, before his presidential campaign. And part of him just completely understood that there's an aspect of politics that is this fandom, participatory Mooks and Knights thing, and that goes on. And, even to a degree, you cannot listen to an interview with Sam Harris without Donald Trump coming up. And when I listen to Sam Harris go off on Donald Trump, it looks to me like almost the promotion of a wrestling thing. Sam Harris presents himself as the face and presents Donald Trump as the heel. Now, obviously, depending on the political polarity, it would be reversed. And the same thing happens with religious tribalism, and I see that often. Certain videos, the Christians show up to make the Christian comments, and so you do have, similar levels of participation and all of these dynamics are very, very similar. So I just wanted to make this little video and this little commentary on just watching the dynamics with the Sam Harris hating or the Sam Harris loving, or the Jordan Peterson loving or the Jordan Peterson hating, or the yay Christianity or yay Islam or yay Judaism or yay team atheism. Or the sports again, and that's part of the reason I know I probably found my conversation with Guy Landau more interesting than I think a lot of viewers did. But the dynamics are very similar, and I think when it comes to trying to understand what's going on in our culture and assess it and figure out, okay, how should we participate? What should politics be? I know, I have friends who work in democratic politics, and often they're so frustrated because politics should be a rational conversation of policy. And of course they have a point. But many people in a democracy view politics as a participatory sport. Religion is clearly participatory in these massive ways. So just a little bit of road noise here, but just had these thoughts watching the debate back and forth, and the Sam Harris hating or the Sam Harris defending, or the all of this, and thought, this is an element to it, and I don't necessarily know quite what to do with all of the elements, but I thought, it's pretty interesting. So anyway, thanks for watching. Participate by leaving a comment.